is up. Mic check, mic check.
Hola, hola.
Yeah, let's see here something real quick. Let's just double check. Let's see how loud this is.
You want to see how loud it is?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kick it up a notch when they...
Yep, let's just see, because it just seems a little louder than, or less loud than before.
I can change that.
Let's just see. What the heck?
Oh, I don't...
It's probably because I'm trying to be on the same internet. Let's try this again real quick.
All right. I think it sounds good. Oh.
Maybe. Hello, hello. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
I can hear you pretty good. And I've got the program volume, so you're coming through pretty good. Good. Tongue-tied again.
Maybe. Okay, perfect. All right,
All
cool.
right, awesome.
Sweet. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Turbo Tuesday, trying to get the sound right.
It's race week!
It is race week. It is couples retreat week.
Not us.
Not.
He's not my type at all.
Yeah, no, it's cool though. I actually made a giant step with the everything this past week. The nice weather has got me feeling some sort of way, so it's pretty awesome.
I got banned from RC racing, so.
I mean, hey, there you go. I mean, you only got banned in one class, right? Or you got
our
the
class got
banned.
booted.
You got the class banned.
Yeah.
So, without too much further ado, I know we've had Chris in waiting here for a second here.
I've got a sweet intro video for you too.
Yeah, let's see some intro video, guys. If you don't know who we're talking about, you probably haven't paid attention to No Prep Racing, and you definitely haven't paid attention to Stick Shift Racing. So let's check out these videos real quick.
That guy's a gangster. Like,
Oh,
bang,
man.
bang,
Small
bang.
block Ford, man. Small block Ford sounds so freaking good. I love it. So we've got Chris Cook on with us this week. Chris Cook is probably, I easily can say, the winningest stick shift car in No Prep Racing. And if we, I mean, that's almost I'm assuming a shoe-in. I mean, he's went all over the place. His win percentage is crazy. He's small block Ford powered, and he's from the hills and hollers of West Virginia.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure West Virginia.
I think it's Virginia. It's one of them.
It's West Virginia. We're gonna claim him. Actually, I'm gonna do some research real quick.
I'm bringing him in.
Bring him on in.
Hello, Mr. Cook.
Oh, he's
hello.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good.
Now, because I just said from the hills and hollers of West Virginia, but where are you actually from? You're from Kentucky, correct?
Hills and hollers of Kentucky, yes.
Kentucky, okay.
That's good. He's a wildcat.
There we go.
Is my service
Can
okay?
you got us pretty good?
Yes, sir.
He's up there. He's nervous. You can tell.
No. He's good.
This dude called me like an hour ago and said he was ready to talk smack. So, floor's open.
There we go.
I think that was the very opposite.
I got you. One thing that we've done pretty good here for, we've been doing this like 5 weeks now, and we've kept the diversity and didn't even mean to. We kept it extremely good. We have, let's see, 3 LS cars or 3 Chevy powered cars, 2 small block Ford. We've had 3 small tire type of cars or big tire, and 2 stick shift. I think that's pretty good with diversity. So we've got a small block Ford powered stick shift. The other person we had a modular Ford powered stick shift. So that's pretty sweet. So Chris, you've won a little bit, especially last year for the last 2 years. And I guess I probably didn't meet you officially till like Dig or Die, I'm pretty sure. Back
I
in
think
probably
the December Dig or
2021,
Die, we ended up parking beside each other.
Yeah. Those all seem to run together now. That's probably been, what, 2021 now? Like August?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen Chris a little bit everywhere this year.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on the map, and I went to his land in Kentucky a couple times.
Yeah, saw him down in, I think, Knoxville. I know we saw each other in Knoxville. We've seen each other all over the place. Obviously,
I think we end up running 24 events last year.
Nice. What's that win percentage? How many of those events did you end up winning?
19, I think.
That's pretty daggone good. That makes it a whole lot easier to load it back in the trailer and go the next time, don't it?
It does. It does.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
there's a downfall. You know, I tuned in to Robbie's show, and he's already home and had dinner and showered and living that auto life. And here I am just taking a break from working on the car, fixing stuff we bent and broke in October.
That is the
Kudos
problem
to
with
Robbie.
stick shift. It is definitely hard on things, that's for
rough.
sure.
So, you ready for 828 this weekend, bud? Or at least mentally,
Well,
are you ready?
Mentally, we're ready. The car, I've got an 8.8 tore into 200 pieces here in front of the car. We've got to get finished and back in there before we can make it.
Oh boy.
We've ran a rear end that looked like a horseshoe for 3 months. It's time to fix it.
I mean,
Nice.
you've got what? 4 days? That's like a month in racer time.
Oh yeah, hardly nothing.
I'm sure you've been
The
through
rear
an
end is
8.8 or
legit.
two, so
1 3/4 out of square to make the car go somewhat straight is how bad it is right now.
oh boy.
Ooh.
So are you going to try to straighten it, or do you have another housing that?
No,
you're
we're
able
just gonna rob another one out of another car and brace it up like we probably should have did this one.
Gotcha. And that's the stick shift. You know, drag racing in general puts a lot of strain on things, but when you throw this shock of stick shift at it, boy, it is even worse on it. It's rough.
This whole car tends to be pretty violent.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, it's coming off the line, spraying 1,000, leaving at 10,000 RPMs. I mean,
I'm crazy. So, Chris, we like to talk a little bit about how things have progressed into what you've got there. So, do you mind to go into like a little bit of backstory on the car? Have you always had the car, or when did you get it, or what got you into racing, and how did that all transpire?
Well, a couple years ago, my son he turned 15, and we bought a Fox body for him for a daily, and we ended up putting a Windsor in it, and it probably ended up being more than he needed for a daily, and we almost got the car finished, and he decided he wanted an S10 instead. So I said, well, I'll just keep the car and we'll get you an S10. And they were just starting to do, like, they called it an instant green class at ISOM. So
Gotcha.
we took it a few times, and man, I was hooked. Next thing you know, we was going somewhere racing every weekend. And that was in a different chassis, and we got pretty serious about it. And I ended up buying this chassis, which, little known fact, this thing was actually an LS powered turbo 400 car when I got it.
Huh. And did the
saved
right
it.
swap. I love it.
some people say you went backwards.
Yeah,
People would be
probably
wrong.
So we moved to this chassis, and and then it's just kind of grown from there. We do a few things to it over each winter, and we just drag this thing up and down the coast and just try to have fun.
Absolutely. I mean, man, to start, so what was that, 3 years ago, I guess? Is that about whenever you got the car?
Yeah, this will be I guess we're starting. We ran 1 season, stock bottom in, 2 seasons. So this will be our 4th season on this chassis.
4 seasons, but your 3rd season, you ended up winning 19 out of 24 races that you showed up at.
Yeah, and there was some luck in some of those.
Well, I mean,
Matt Burke's
what is
car
it? They say it's better to be lucky than to be good.
All day.
I mean, you could call it luck, and I'm sure there are some times, but when you're able to go A to B and to do things the right way, that luck just, it favors you whenever you consistent. I mean, that's pretty much proven with that car, and that's awesome to see for sure. Man, 19 out of 24 that's insane. That's really awesome.
I think it's kind of like, if I'm not mistaken, Beaterbaum's record somewhere in that range. So
yeah,
I'm not going to complain.
No, not at all, man. Being 3 years into it, and now, did you have, before that car, had you ever been drag racing or just into cars in general and just finally decided to like go down the drag strip?
We stick shift raced in the 90s, and when I got married, we kind of we stopped doing it, and then when my son got of age to where he caught kind of an interest, we got back into it. So.
Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean,
so we took 20-year hiatus.
Right. That's a lot. That's a long time in drag racing, that's for sure. But obviously, some things stuck.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how you can build basically the same engine, and technology's made that so much faster.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is. It is. Technology has came
in
such a crazy way.
There's a lot of people spending tons of money. Like this car, it is as simple as it can get. Like we ran 2 seasons on nothing but like the 6AL2 box. We didn't even have a nitrous controller the first season, and we're still running like Holly Blue pumps from Advance. This thing's like a bargain. It's like a bargain basement car. It's
Right.
nothing special.
Well, I think a lot of people sometimes get caught up in having to have all the new things or whatever's the new technology or whatever is, I know a lot of people who like they'll never get their car built because, they've got to have the newest, best, nicest thing or they think they can't be fast if they don't have this certain piece of technology or whatever the case may be. And then they never end up having their car going, ever. Mm-hmm. And you guys put something together, and when you race 24, which I mean, 19 out of 24 is extremely good. But when you race 24 times, that increases your chances of winning and learning by, 24 times. That's a lot.
You definitely get to see a lot of surfaces, and the more passes you get in your car and you see those surfaces, you kind of get better prepared for off the trailer type racing.
Right. Right. And you, like you said, you're doing stuff with not, $100,000 car like a lot of people, are out there building. You're doing something that is I'm not going to say that it's basic by any means or any stretch, but it's definitely what seems like the more affordable route. People like to give small block Fords crap for being more expensive than the LSs, but we those of us who have a brain know that that's not actually true.
When you buy a crankshaft, it costs the same.
Yeah. All right.
A crank's a crank.
And I'm not going to throw another off too much fact on our LS guys. In stock form, their engines are amazing. Don't get me wrong. But they do great.
It's nice having an engine that you don't have to buy heads for.
Right. Absolutely.
It's one thing with a small block Ford, you're buying a cylinder head.
Yes, that's it. You have to have a cylinder head if you have a small block Ford. That's just all there is to it. It's unfortunate.
It's also pretty cool. Like, we won Digger Dine. I don't remember which one, but I remember a guy coming up to me and saying, it's awesome seeing this $4,000 car beat those nice cars. And I know he meant it well.
Yeah.
But I kind of shook my head. And then I get back to the trailer and I look at it and I'm like, he's right.
People, it's not always about, like I said, all the nice things or all the crazy things, which we can downplay your car if we want to, but we know that there's a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of money involved in the thing to make it go. Like you said, you've put 3 years into it, and that's, I'm sure that, like you said, Holly Blue pumps and 6AL boxes and stuff like that, but if you know how to make them work, it's just as useful as having something super nice that you can't make work.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
If you
and
are
one thing it's kind of helped us is,
go ahead.
One thing it's kind of helped us is we travel with Mikey McCoy a lot, and as he upgrades his car, I usually try to buy his hand-me-down. So,
Gotcha.
that helps.
Yeah, and that
that
car ain't no slouch, boy. That car is no slouch. That is a small block Ford gangster itself, right there.
So, just kind of wondering, because you've been to a lot of places this year, what's been, you think, the hardest no prep surface you've had to go down this past year?
It's a toss-up. For some reason, the water burnout stuff at Knoxville eats my lunch. I cannot get the car to move there. I can't get a full pass under nitrous. And then this year, Digger to Iowa's, it was a total different deal. Like, normally we can leave at 4,000 RPM and do like a 1.7 ramp, and then it's good. This year we couldn't leave at 2,000 RPM and get the nitrous in at 2.5 seconds. So those two ate my lunch pretty good.
Yeah. Did you go to Knoxville more than once? Did you go there a couple times?
Yes.
Man, that first time that we went, when they took that tractor up and down that surface all day long, boy, that was rough.
If you remember, that was the night that there was a car broke the rear end in the burnout box, I think, early on. But Jason Miller beat us there that night, and he figured it out better than we did.
Yeah, that was a tough surface, man. That one, that was like
it was still legit wet.
Yeah.
We haven't been in Knoxville this year where there's been like good weather.
No, it's been horrible every time we've went.
And that might be why it's so hard to figure out. You take it's pretty slick, plus it's been wet every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that time I remember me and you being there, and man, that was like playing on a old outdoor basketball court. Is almost what and just dusty. It was just, and like you said, where it wasn't dusty, it was wet. It was something else, that's for sure.
And I think what happened at Knoxville, they drug the tires so much that I think the steel belts actually started taking off the top layer of gravel off the asphalt, and it just kind of dusted it, and it was probably the most tricky surface I've ever been down.
It was rough, man. It was rough. It was super weird. And everybody.
I know it was bad enough that we walked the track. I was with Robbie, and we actually walked the track, and he said, "So you good?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good. It's probably the dumbest thing I've ever done, but we're going to."
Yeah, that's the problem. If you put me in front of a surface or put me, then say everybody said they're going to go down, I'm going to be like the sheep, led to the cliff. I'm just going to go down it too. So.
That's one good time to have a $4,000 car.
There you go. Yeah. Tap the wall, you ain't really worried about it.
Yeah. I'll do my best to keep it in my lane, but I don't care to graze a guardrail.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which, now, like you said, y'all pretty much started with that car at Isom.
Yeah.
And people don't I don't think
that place is sketchy. I don't know how y'all go down there. That's one I want to go see, just because it's that crazy.
If you ever want to race there, just put everything you got in 60 foot and then pull it all out at about 70 feet and try to wreck better than the guy beside it.
That sounds like good footage.
Oh man. Yeah, that's the tough thing is like the Zephyr's got a 169 first gear. Boy, I would run that whole deal in low gear. That would be hilarious.
It's not as bad as I let on. It's well, maybe it is, but it's fun.
Oh yeah.
And you know, when you have, Isom and Twin River is our two local tracks. So, I ain't knocking it because Twin River is my favorite place in the world to put a car down. But when you get used to those surfaces, you go to other places and people's talking about how bad the surfaces are. You're just kind of like, I think it's pretty great,
Yeah. Yep. Well, man, so many people are intimidated by by Twin River. It's crazy.
So Jasper does have a
the bumps
question.
at KD affects my car more than the bumps at Twin River for some reason.
Right.
Okay. All right. So Jasper would like to know, what transmission are you running?
TKO 600. And up until the Stick Shift Wars race, November 5th, it's actually right there.
Ooh.
We've ran every race we've ever ran except for the last 3 on that transmission.
That's pretty sweet. Because you see mostly everybody's with the T56 or something like that. That's pretty gangster.
This thing, I hate to even say it online, but I mean, this thing's a 19cc dish piston small block Ford with, it had one kit on it up until the last few races. Last year we sprayed 2 kits, 2 passes. It's got a single disc clutch, TKO 600, welded up axle tubes, and that's it. That's all the tricks.
And we're going and having fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Let's see, we got another question.
A lot of people need the mentality when they go to the racetrack and don't necessarily get the result they want. Instead of going home and spending $10,000, just keep tweaking on what you got. The best thing that ever happened to us, we was too broke to buy parts, so we had to figure out how to make what we had go fast or quit. So we haven't changed a lot on the car. We've just tweaked with it and made it as good as we can be on what we have.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that a lot of people don't do that. Like you said, a lot of people try to throw their purse at it to get things to work, but a little bit of ingenuity and asking people and getting that knowledge and making the passes is really what differentiates people, and that's what you guys have proven that you've got the winning combination, especially for 19 of the 24 races you've been at. I mean, that's something all in itself.
I appreciate it.
So on YouTube, LSX Klein wants to know, what's your opinion on Berkeley Springs Airport compared to the other tracks?
All right, I'll give my honest opinion. Off the trailer, Berkeley Springs is wonderful. The 60 foot's good. It's good down track. The issue that we fought there was, I'm not knocking anybody, but literally every car that comes up, they dump about a half jug of prep under each wheel, and by the time the third round rolls around, it is gooey for 70 feet. and I didn't see that coming. After the first round, we added power, and I blew the tires off for 2 rounds. So I think anybody that's going to Berkeley Springs that's in a stick shift car that don't have a good clutch, that works off power management more than clutch management, to me, be if you're early rounds early on, go ahead and stick some power in it, and then just be willing to pull a little bit each time. But as far as a place to race, it was one of the more efficient events I've ran. It was the hospitality was great, the fans was awesome, and it's definitely up in my top 3 favorite places to race.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
What do you think about that drive?
The drive is rough. Luckily, last time we was up there, we brought some stuff home, so that made it a lot better drive.
Nice. Heck yeah. Now, they're having a large stick shift race there sometime this year, correct? Is Stick Shift Wars or
April
something
22nd.
like that?
April 22nd.
April 22nd.
I was entry 127, I think.
Nice. Holy cow. So there's going to be quite a few people there.
Right. And
Yes,
let's see.
I think they
Skinny
capped
wants
it
to-
at 130.
130. Dang.
That's crazy.
It's for stick cars especially. So, Skinny wants to know, is there anyone you want to race this season in particular?
Yes. There's an LT1 kart that races at Twin River that says he's going to outrun me the first round every time he sees me, and I'm thrilled for that.
Yeah, I see Wheatley saying you've got a first round bye all year at Twin River on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
And, none of us can do this without help, and I've had a little bit. And, I don't know if you're familiar with the Coyote stock deal.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good buddies with Jacob Lamb. And early on, when we first started racing at Isom, he come by and watched me race, and he realized we had way too heavy of a clutch. And he worked with Ram, and we kind of run a very Coyote stockish type clutch setup in the car. We're not running some of the things they run, but it's basically a Coyote stock type setup, and he's been a big help, with the car over time. Just teaching us how to not break parts and get a good smooth launch on parts that don't cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, we legit run a $500 clutch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. You're taking something that is, like you said, lower cost, but you're making it work for you, and it's probably, like you said, saving yourself on breaking other stuff.
Absolutely. It's kind of the fuse in the driveline, per se.
Right.
Now, see, Tyler, he's the promoter this weekend at 828, and he said there's a yellow Trans Am coming for that Silver Fox body. The only one I can think that would be is maybe the Hawks Performance car. So
that is 100%.
Yeah.
That is 100% the Hawks Performance car.
Y'all can't be.
And I'll be the first to say he's better than me.
This guy over here, Chris, is mad because me and you are racing this weekend, and he's not.
I won't be there, unfortunately.
But I am going to be live this weekend.
Okay.
I just haven't figured out which live setup I'm taking, but we're going to be live. You're going to be live this weekend, Chris.
Nice.
So
I'm going to go out on a limb, and until somebody can show me different, I really think that Tyler's program is about as good a program as Stick Shift Racing has.
yeah.
And Stick Shift has
First time we raced was
very
English
popular
Mountain. First time we ever raced each other was at English Mountain back, I guess it was 2 seasons ago. And I knew he was getting faster every pass, and he ran Jacob. Jacob took his Coyote stock car there, and they ran in the round before. And I was kind of privy to Jacob's draggy data. And I kind of knew how much Jacob got beat by, and I kind of knew what number that I thought Tyler had ran. So I put a tune-up that went 1/10 and a half faster than that, and I ran my number and lost by a car. So, naturally, he probably went back and put in more than I did, but that was the first time we ever raced, and I ran a personal best and still got beat. So.
No, it happens.
That's all. That's awesome. That's good racing.
Yeah.
If you only lose by a car, I had a good race with Michael McCoy there at English Mountain. Man, it's always fun.
Y'all had 2 back-to-back races that were dead nuts.
Man,
Didn't they? I think you had to rerun one of them, didn't you? Too close to call.
Yeah.
God, dude, that small and small block Ford on small block Ford crime, dude. That was crazy because his car top ends so well. I mean, it is making some steam up top. That was the thing that I loved about it.
It back half's as good as any nitrous car that I've saw.
Oh, absolutely, and up there with turbo cars, no doubt. No, I have no doubt in my mind. I mean, because I know what my car was running, and it back half's decent, and that car was pulling on me on top end. It was crazy.
So, Chris, Stone Mountain Ventures on YouTube wants to know who makes the best sausage gravy at Dig or Die.
Listen, that dude cooked for us at Dig or Die, and he absolutely makes the best sausage gravy.
Where are we at?
Yeah,
this is going on.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I'd sell my soul
I
for
didn't
some
get
good
this
sausage
size
gravy.
not eaten.
You all don't take a chef with you to Dig or Die?
No.
That's
Our
why we don't
chef
spend
is the
any money
Hampton
on the
Inn
car.
complimentary breakfast.
That's why we don't spend any money on the car. We're too busy spending it on food.
There you go. That's freaking awesome.
You don't get a body like mine without eating a lot of sausage gravy.
That's it. A lot of good investment in there. I hear you. Dude, I love some sausage gravy, man. There's not much, and homemade is woo. God.
Of course, some chicken strips in there. I'm good.
I think all the girls and all the wives and everybody think that we go to Dig or Die for racing. I'm pretty sure that the racing is just the sideshow for the food that we eat.
Listen, if they ever quit serving that barbecue donut, I'm not going back.
That's it. That's it. Dude, that pork chop sandwich. That pork chop sandwich had me some kind of way for months afterwards.
No. I'm taking a whiteboard this year, and I'm going to stand at 200 foot, and when y'all are coming by, I'm going to write on there, bring me some food.
I spent $180 on those donuts across the weekend.
Oh my God, keeping the food truck alive, food truck business alive.
And I didn't regret it.
No, God Almighty, it's so good. Then what? There's like.
But I honestly think that the class is really taking a turn. I really feel like stick shift racing's about to come alive again.
I do too.
Or at least it feels like it, with the April race having 130 cars.
It seems like it's regional in a way, and we need it to kind of trickle more south.
And one thing, Bear and Courtney had messaged, I think they're going to try to do one at Darlington. That area is in dire need of some good stick shift racing.
See, I've had a bunch ask
That's like
me
in
about
Tyler's backyard too.
I've had a bunch of guys ask me about bringing it back to Shady Side, and I'd love to, and I might for the August race. But the last time I put $500 on top of it. I know it's not the biggest amount, but still, it's $500, and it was a $100 buy-in, and that all goes toward it too. And I didn't have anybody show up. That would sucked.
Let us race in the pits.
Oh my God, that's it.
God.
I mean, it seems like people need to look. I mean, there's a lot of people who could get into it. That a lot of people love stick shift. A lot of people love banging gears. They love it, and you don't have an out of reach combo for a lot of people. A lot of people are not going to be able to afford a fully built LS with a full, whatever reed case glide and $2,000 converter and, $10,000 in EFI, not a lot of people are going to be able to afford a lot of that stuff. Especially not at first. I feel like you could find a TKO 500 or 600 Fox body 302 or 351 car, like you said, have under 10 grand and be able to go out and have a good time stick shift racing.
Yeah, man.
That's what it seems like to me. And like, I'm not
$750 brawler eBay intake.
Yeah.
Just go racing.
Nothing crazy.
Are y'all talking carb stuff? Because I'm lost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not. I really don't think it would be that. That should be a lot more entry level, in my opinion, for a lot of guys. A lot of guys got those cars sitting behind, their garage somewhere. I mean, just got to put it together and go out there and race.
And it's a class that a 650 is still fun, and you can still go rounds and have fun.
Right. Head cam intake 351 car on some spray wouldn't be hard, to be there. It wouldn't be out of reach for them. And I don't think people realize that. I think a lot of people see some of the stick shift cars like that are way, they way out there. We'll just say I'm not going to throw any names or anything like that. And I think they think that that's who shows up to all the stick shift races, and it's not. That's not really the case, especially in no prep.
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's definitely enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Who was the guy who had the yellow Fox body at Wilkesboro?
Yellow Fox.
It was a stick shift, like Pro Charge car, I think.
No, that was a New Edge. That's Steve Schrader.
Nope.
You sure?
Stick shift. Supercharged Fox body. It's been, I guess, 3 or 4 years ago now, and it was at
Who's
stick
this
shift.
guy? Look at this. Who's that?
Jimmy heard nitrous small block Ford, and he took off running to his
It's like
phone.
the bat signal went up.
Yes. Yeah, it was just a front distributor picture is all it was. It just shined into the sky. And...
Now, I don't know if he's running it this weekend, but Josh Bussell, dude, the Carolina Blue Fox body stick shift car. I know you know that one.
Turns 9 million RPM.
Yes, that car, man, that thing's got my heart.
Listen, if he's there and I have to race him, I want him to make a pass without me just so I get to watch it one time before I have to be beside of it.
There you go. Man, I know your car. It sounds so good. People can say what they want to. Small block Ford, tacked out like that, man. It is just absolutely. It rings with my soul. That's for sure. I love it. Love it so much.
That baby blue car is probably the best sounding car I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And
that dude's a gangster, man. He bangs gears. I mean, it's not nothing crazy, but...
Dude, I'm going to have to go back and find the video and show you the car that I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it raced at Farmington, too.
What am I thinking of?
But
it wasn't one of the Asheville guys, was it?
I don't remember. I bet you it's on that video that Clance shared the other day, like back in 2015.
Chris, we got another question. TJ Fab on YouTube wants to know, are you going to fix that trim on the rear bumper and quarter panel?
Never.
That's white.
It's been dangling ever since we had the car. I don't figure we'll fix it now. Now, he did threaten to put a wood screw in it for me.
Sometimes you don't touch stuff like that because, I'm superstitious when it comes to weird things like that. Don't touch it. You fix it, and then it'll, hit the wall or something, so don't touch it.
Robert Dollar. I don't know who that is.
I'm not superstitious, but I don't take any chances. I've got an old pair of jeans that I race in, And like, I don't wear them during the week. I bring them home to the race. I wash them and we wear them next week. So
He ain't superstitious though.
No.
but I'm not superstitious, but I'm not taking any chances.
I mean, I wear the same Spoold Media shirt every week just because, well, it's my filming shirt.
Dude, that's so funny.
Well, you don't want to wreck a scooter.
Oh, thanks.
Ouch.
It'll be there this weekend.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I was wearing it when I wrecked the scooter.
I remember listening to, I guess it was a Chief and Sean maybe podcast. I don't know what it was, but they had the same thing where like there's a certain way that they would put their tires on, and if they didn't do it that way, or there was a certain way that they do things the day of the race, and if they didn't do it, they would be,
There's Mr. Josh Buss.
like I said, they wouldn't take no chances.
There's Josh.
Dude, I'm telling you, that car, what I like about too is he runs stick and he'll cross over into street racer. I mean, that thing's won against those auto guys a lot.
That's probably one of my favorite Fox bodies ever.
When you said Josh Bustle, that's the Josh Bustle.
Oh,
I was
you're thinking
of.
Coyote Bustle.
Yes, different one.
But no, dude,
Gotcha.
it's...
If that
I mean, I
thing's
was
not
looking at
turning 10 grand in the burnout box, it's not moving.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
I mean, I was looking at the lock-in list for y'all, and I know it's not got everybody, but, I mean, there's some nasty cars on that list. Couple front-wheel drive guys.
I'm probably going to get drugged by one of those imports first round.
Or Brooke.
You know, I dread racing her.
Dude, she's killer, actually.
She's not going to mess up. She is not going to mess up.
And she's always got that intimidating stare. She's like,
yes. Burn a hole through you.
dude, she's going to smack me this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
You won't be there to see it, Houston.
I know.
We got to keep reminding it's the opening week of race season, and Houston is not going to be there.
I forget what.
And you know, sadly, I don't think I'm going to get a test pass. I legit think I'm going to square this rear end up and just hope it goes straight.
Oh man.
No. If you get there Friday night, we'll get you a test pass. It's not going to be at the track, but Robert Dollar has a spot.
Do you think Robert Dollar would let me use his own personal spot?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Oh, look, at least me and Michael will both be home. Well, I won't be home. I'll be in Tennessee.
See, you're good.
Yeah.
How many Texas Roadhouse rolls does that spot cost, Robert?
10 to me. for mentioning that.
We're talking about food, boys. I ain't ate since I got
Dude,
home, besides
it's
like a
Taco
handful
Tuesday.
of pepperoni.
I'm getting tacos after this. But going back, I mean, I think Jason Matheny, that's who you ran in the finals at Dig or Die?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's locked in. Let's see, Kenny. Kenny was laying down some decent passes at that test session. Jonathan Bowman, he's a good gearbanger. Jordan Spangler, I don't know which Civic that is. Now, I know Shane. Shane gets down. That's a fast car.
And, you know, I've not ran a front side event since 21.
It is Wilkesboro front side is definitely strange, where it can come around on the front and the back can be horrible, or the back will be good and the front will be horrible. It just depends. It just depends on the weather the week before. I mean, you name it. I don't think they're polishing the deal the way that they did the first, like whenever they had the real bad wreck.
Which I'll be talking with Paul tomorrow night, but he's not telling anybody what he's doing. It could be nothing, or it could be completely bare. We won't know till we get there.
Right.
Yeah, which is
That's the good thing about me not having enough power to spin.
yeah, that's it. Oh God,
So I'm trying to see.
that small block Ford's got enough power to turn the world backwards. Don't you lie.
We tried to slide. We tried to slide the pavement an inch at Twin River once.
There you go.
That pavement hooks. That's probably one of the hookingest surfaces I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I don't. I would say that most people's probably going to run a tenth or two off what they run at some other places, but it's probably the scariest. To not be your personal best, it's probably the scariest place you'll ever make a pass. Like
Sure.
the first one, you start getting used to it, but the first pass, that last 200 feet will make you rethink it.
Man, I know watching cars go down it is way worse than going down it for me.
Yeah, absolutely,
You see
it is.
people, and you're like, I can't believe we do this. And then you go down it, and you're like, well, it wasn't. I mean, one thing is I guess you're going so fast over the majority of it, you don't really have time to think about it.
Yeah, it's definitely got some character that nowhere else has.
Oh yeah. A
All
lot
right,
of people
but
are
it's
really,
legit
really
my
scared
favorite.
of it.
Yeah.
It's legit my favorite place to race.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
All right, Chris, we got another question. And this one comes from Corey Stamper at Spoold Media. Chris Cook, do you know how many Texas Roadhouse meals it's going to take to get stick shift at Cache Days of Virginia?
All you need to do is forward me that info.
Oh, we can't leave Limpy out. Me and Limpy are partnered on that, so he's in on it too.
Okay. Just forward me that information.
I don't know if you know, so we look like we can eat a lot. You sure?
Yes. But if we can't come up with it, leave me a small tire spot.
So there's not lock-ins, and I'm going to tell you, two classes that are for sure are small tire and stick shift.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Now that's probably going to be all we can fit, because I don't know where we're going to put everybody, but... Oh, look at this, Chris.
Oh.
It's the stone-faced gangster self.
That's I'm gonna miss second. I can feel it.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. Heck yeah, man.
Dude, this is gonna be a good year, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it.
For sure.
These first few weeks are gonna be insane as is, and then April is gonna be boom, boom, race. I mean, which I think I'm gonna be in Kentucky when y'all are at Berkeley Springs, because they're doing Slugfest again, and I think they're doing stick shift on the backside and front.
Is that? Tell me those are not on the same day.
Same weekends.
Oh my God.
And you're defending champion.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they're racing front side and back side with stick shift cars.
Yeah. I think backside's Friday and front side Saturday.
I tell you what, I very well may race Clay City Friday night and make that drive to the airport after.
That's it.
Gangster right there.
That's it.
You got to come see me too.
Hey, the last time we was at Slugfest, we raced Friday night and we watched all the way to the finals. We slept in the trailer for 4 hours. We got up and drove to Crossville, Tennessee, and raced that night.
Jesus.
That's driven, man. That's crazy.
All right. You see the comment?
Golly, Robbie's hard on it.
It gets better.
That was probably the next question that I was going to ask you. Are there any events or any places this year that that you're like specifically wanting to go to that may be like out of the ordinary or anything like that? Like what's your schedule looking like for 2023?
We're definitely going to try to hit anything and everything. Our goal is to run 32 events this year. I'm going to really try to support anything that's in like the South Carolina area. You know, I'd love to see it get bigger there. But pretty much just whoever's racing that weekend, we're going to try to go.
Nice. That's awesome. I mean, that 32 is did you say 32? Is that right? 32?
Yeah, I'm going to try to run 32 events.
That's awesome, man. That's only, what, 20 weeks off?
Yeah.
Out of the year?
So, one event you got to make, because you got revenge. You got to come back to KD, and you got to get on them AV boys.
Man, I had a pitiful light. We spun and I missed fourth, and he made me look like I had never raced before in my life. He beat me at every aspect of the game and smiled the whole time.
Oh, look at this from Logan. I've already got the Velvet Rope Parade for you, so we're good.
This year, I think we're not. I don't think we're necessarily the favorite with Tyler being back, Matt Burke's building a heck of a car, Ryan Foster's car when he gets it lined out, it's going to be fast. I mean, there's going to be legit 10 or 12 really fast stick shift cars. There's a car at Ohio, Casey Lee got like it's a small block Ford car that runs unreal. I think, was it Dragway 22 or 42 or something like that, where he ran over the field there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're trying to run
and for that stick shift
well.
wars, Jonathan Adkins is entered, you know, and I don't know if he's bringing Grub Worm or building a no prep car or what, but you know, when you start seeing names like that showing up at no prep.
Well, he's ran Grub Worm once in no prep, and I don't think it worked out good.
No,
but
I think you're probably going to see him in something different. That's just my guess. I don't know him. I don't talk to him, but
yeah,
I feel like there's tricks up Jonathan's sleeve.
Well,
yeah, that car's extreme setup for radial, in my opinion, or the sticky stuff.
Yeah, I know he's got a black F-bar body. Oh, yeah, sorry.
You're good.
He's got a black Camaro, and I wouldn't say the Trans Am is going to be set for that, but
I don't know. I mean, he also just made a pretty big post there about how he's taken a step away. He's actually selling TIC to two of his employees, and he's stepping away and doing like more of the engine building side. So he, you know, I don't know if he'll be busy with that or if he'll still that he may be doing that so that he's got more time to put towards that type of racing. I'm not sure. So there's
I mean, it's
there's
hard
a lot
not
going on
to.
there.
How can you not want to get into it when it's growing that much?
Oh yeah, and I mean he's been one of the reasons that a lot of people are getting into it. I feel like, I mean, he's really set you know, a lot of people on notice with stick shift. I mean, showing how fast that car is. I mean, a lot of people are like, you still do it with a stick shift.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's something else. So yeah, that's so crunch time for 828 cash days for the Backwoods Garage. It's Backwoods Garage, right?
Yeah. And we've been horrible about putting videos out.
Well, you got to do better about that then.
Hey, I've back too, so
it's tough, man. I know. I saw the guy here, Stone Mountain Adventures. He said something about he thinks the reason that stick shift may not get as much down south is something about short off season, which is very true. And one thing about us, you know, up here in the mountains is we definitely have an off season. You know, it gets cold, it gets nasty. You know, we can't just go out and race and test and do, you know, all year long the way that the South Carolina, you know, type of weather. So it's definitely.
Yeah, I think Shady Side's actually like they're doing Sunday stuff right now, if I'm not mistaken.
they've never stopped.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
the
they
whole
take a
time.
couple of weeks off due to some inclement weather, but if it's like above 40 degrees, they're throwing down on Sunday.
And right now they've got the death pollen down there, so God.
Yeah, they've already got pollen coming. I mean, crazy. It's crazy.
That made Dig or Die challenging this spring.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. The pollen just, blowing up off the cars as they're going down the track. It was wild.
I saw it blowing off Robbie's car when he was out in front of me.
Oh no.
Oh, Kenny with the Supra. He's on YouTube. He said, "Here I am, stuck in this class with this killer." Oh gosh, this is gonna.
He's got a Supra. He probably got me covered.
He's gonna back half you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
My car don't run but
Ford's
about
hard to get
78
around.
out the back.
Kenny hasn't told us. He's just waiting to hit that button, that scramble with about 100 extra pounds of boost and, danger to manifold, floorboards flying. Sorry, Kenny, we're just picking at you.
Now, I don't know how much. I know some people are secretive about their setups. I know you've told us quite a bit about your setup, but I know have y'all done some upgrades to the car over this winter that's going to try to. I know everybody's always trying to go faster, but I know we've talked a little bit. Have you got anything in store for 2023 in that aspect?
Yes. We put new exhaust on the car so it sounds totally different.
Oh no.
We did not build a motor.
Well, there you go. There you go.
No, we upgraded transmissions with 2 or 3 races to go, and we added a second kit. Like a lot of the stuff we did at the end of last year, we've not really been able to utilize. The last 2 passes at the airport, we used the second kit, and that's the only time we've been able to use it. Right. And the transmission, we was just getting it in to try to make the races, so we haven't really pushed its limit yet.
I got you. So once the season ended, you sort of were able. You made those upgrades at the end of the season, so now you're really made those before the end, and so now you're gonna sort of capitalize on those this year.
I hope to.
Right.
We broke this transmission behind me at Clifton's race, so I was forced to either fix it or buy one, and we couldn't fix it before the airport race, so I went ahead and just got another one, and so there's a lot of things we've not dabbled in just yet.
Right, and that's the TKO 600, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that. That's a very popular transmission with a lot of Fox body guys. I mean that when most guys,
it's kind of a cheap. It's a cheaper setup than going T56 or 6060 or 101.
Yeah, that's a lot more of in the affordable range. TKO 500, TKO 600. That's been a tried and true transmission for Fox body guys forever. I know we had a Tremec, what was it, the 3550 transmission in a Fox body a long time ago in Perry's old car.
Yeah.
That thing was fun.
Yes.
I'm just going to put it out there. Any companies, if y'all want to see your product shown in the no prep world, cough, cough, tick performance, donate this man something like a T56 or something. He's going to win.
He may not want a T56 though.
Or donate him something.
I don't know how the gearing and things work.
Houston, settle down. Don't you ever put that we don't want anything. Hell.
I'm over here helping you. Houston's like, no.
Have you all met all my sponsors? They're right here.
I'm serious. Somebody should. I mean, like I said, 19 out of 24.
19 out of 24.
I mean,
we did
put a big sticker on there.
Help from we did pick up some help from Performance Works this year. They did quite a bit of fab work on the chassis. Noah Hensley, we sure appreciate him. That's probably the first help we've ever had.
I'll put it this way. If I hit the lottery this week, I'll sponsor you any parts you need. I just want across the windshield a big Spoold Media sticker like the Fig Newtons one.
You know, we could probably do that. We could probably do that
Hey,
fairly affordable.
You can hold me to that. I got you.
And you know, we do have, when I say we don't have help, I was just kidding. But, you know, even a lot of the local businesses here, we've got an Action Auto Parts. They don't help us financially or give us parts for free, but them just willing to keep a truckload of spark plugs and oil filters and the things we use weekly and know that it's there means a ton. And Kintzer Brothers Automotive, they race a 470 car, and they don't really advertise and sell nitrous to the world, but they went out of their way to make sure I have nitrous for any event, and they're always there with any spare part that they have. They let me use, and you know, we have a lot of help. We don't have a lot of financial help, but man, do we have people in our corner when it comes to needing things, you know.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
You don't need financial help when you're taking everybody else's money every weekend.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Chris. I'm going to tell you this, Chris. All right, there's two things to it now. The Spoold Media sticker on the front, and on the back window, I want a big sticker of Cody Mann's face on it.
That one may get expensive.
That's it. Heck yeah, man. I mean, I know that your success will eventually come with. I mean that, and I'll know. I know I've talked to you a bit. I know that you don't do it for like the recognition, or you're just out there having fun, and that's what you can tell. You can see it, and you know, the winning is just another upside of it, but. It's good to see
you know,
good
honestly,
people win.
it feels like it feels like if you're in anything other than small tire, you're never going to get anything recognition wise. But you know, one thing about the stick shift class that separates it from anybody is the people that do it. Mm-hmm. We're probably as tight knit as anybody. Like anybody that stick shift races, I've probably talked to them on Facebook or talked to them on the phone or. You know, it's a good group of guys.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
And Brooke.
I like the fact there's a bunch of small block Ford cars in it. I mean that's what's awesome.
You know, that's weird. That's the one class that you'll probably see Fords outnumber Chevy when it comes to the power plant.
Yeah. Yeah. That and drag and drive events. I don't really understand that either. But a bunch of drag and drive and stick shift are both full of small block Ford power cars, and it's
really we won't go into reliability.
I'm kidding. Let's see the class that they get beat on the hardest, and the other class that they get beat on the hardest. What do they choose?
I'm not knocking. On September 11th, 2021 at 9:47, I got outran by an LS.
He's got it marked down.
Good Lord.
He's got it marked down in his phone. He gets a reminder every year.
God.
It happens. It definitely happens.
That was Tyler Hawkins.
That's a good one to lose to. That's a wicked ride. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put this out there. Brooke, if you call out Chris first round and beat him this weekend, we'll start your sponsorship with some cookout.
Oh, God. I was going to say, now that you've won quite a bit, do you find people trying to avoid you or people trying to call you out more?
I don't know if they do or not.
I wasn't sure about
that sometimes when we're in chip draw and somebody draws me first round, they don't seem happy.
Right. Well, there you go. Sounds like they'd rather avoid you. I didn't know if you had been getting a lot of call outs. If some people like to call some people out first round because they think they may have an advantage the first round on certain people. But sometimes people like would rather get the plague than to catch certain people first round.
I got called out at Slugfest first round, and that's the guy that actually ended up sponsoring the fab work on my card. And that was his reasoning. He said that, if I can't outrun you, I don't need to beat on the car the rest of the day. So, but we ended up being really good friends. That was the first time we ever met, but we ended up becoming really good friends.
Oh, you better go for a check on that.
Yeah.
I'll take over for a minute.
Yep, I got a little one yelling for me.
Oh, here we go. Brooke said she'll call you out first round, but he has to leave off idle and run a motor. Ooh.
Man, that's tough.
Look at him. He's wiping his head and everything, Brooke. That's a tough.
She's made me cry a little there, leaving it idle.
So Houston had to step out for a minute. So I'm not really professional like he is on this. So, like I said, you thank some sponsors. Anybody else you want to thank? Anything, Chris?
I guess those three. Seth's always helped me with a car ever since we started, and I couldn't do it without him. And Logan and Steven and Corey Houston. I hate to mention names because I know I'm going to leave somebody out, but they follow us everywhere. They step in and do whatever needs to be done, and just our group that we started, the group that we kind of formed at ISOM. We all travel together and help each other, and it's a good group.
Yeah, that's something I noticed the first time I came to Twin River. Y'all were really tight knit all together, helping each other. Just if you might race each other, but at the same time, you're still a big group no matter what. You're friends till the starting line, and then friends after the finish line.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm looking forward. I mean, it's been a long winter. I mean, I've bounced to a couple races in a test and tune, but man, I can't believe this. It's going to be a long season, and I'm ready for it. I've been looking forward. Like I said, have you ever ran Wilkesboro? I can't remember if you have or hadn't.
The only race I locked into, I ended up getting COVID the week before, so I missed it. I've never been there.
I'm telling you, dude, it is a different experience. It's a front side, but it's sketchy. I mean,
right.
I always tell everybody, and I hope it's like this, leave as much rubber as possible. I think the rubber, especially cold rubber this time of year, it's worse than scraping it completely down. And,
right.
It makes them have to drive. It makes it's slick. I mean, that's no prep.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge. I'm going to treat it like it's not a front side, We'll probably tighten everything up a little, but I don't want to put what I think the front side would hold and then it not. But I think they posted a running order. We're number 4, so we should have a decent starting line for sure.
Yeah, I think it should. I think it's usually about. I know second round comes around pretty decent, and you can leave pretty good. The top end's where it kind of stays a little bit sketch, but I know the front half it usually flows in pretty good and all that. And especially if you're that being in the run order, you're gonna have those 2 street classes, small tires before you, so it's gonna be maximum burnouts as it gets. We got the unicorn now. This is the boss man. The boss is in the house.
Where she be?
I figure Brooke's going to make a comment about a unicorn here in about 3 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Heck yeah.
But yeah. But it's
We're-
definitely...
Heck yeah, man.
We're
I was gonna
planning
say,
on having a.
Go ahead.
We're planning on having a race in the pool Friday night before stick shift wars, and my float is a unicorn. So
There we go.
So, wait a minute. You're going to win in Kentucky and make it in time to race in the pool and then win stick shift wars? You're going 3-3?
if one race has got to be sacrificed, I'll probably sacrifice the pool race.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably not built for speed in a pool.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man! We're gonna get close here. So I know you've got to work on that Fox body back there. Do you have anybody that you'd like to thank?
We just went over that.
Oh, you just did?
Yeah, we just went over that.
I'm sorry.
I should have left you cliff notes.
Yep, should have left me cliff notes. I know you've got to get back to that the Fox body there and get that 8.8 lined out, man. I really appreciate you coming on here. I wish more people need to come talk with you. I mean, Chris is a great guy, and I mean he will go out of his way to help you at an event. And I mean I'm pretty sure that I still have I may have a wrench of yours, by the way.
It's okay.
Okay, all right, I've got this.
But I had to. That was when I was working on the dreaded big block Chevy. So
yes, you were changing plugs at Twin River.
Yep.
It's a 3/4 ring. What was it? 5/8?
Yes, it's a 19 or a 3/4, one or the other. I've still got it.
That's what fit the back of your plug socket, right?
Yep, that's it.
Hey. We will trade him the wrench for some of that food.
There you go. Heck yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on here, man, and we will do it again, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate you wasting a Tuesday on old stick shift card and sacrificing viewers, but here we are.
Shoot. That's not even the case. Not even close. If people, people don't know people from the internet, you're good people, man. That's just how I feel. And it's that hills and hollers, that mountain Kentucky, type of people, that Kentucky
West Virginia
people. Hey, it's that state of Franklin or whatever it's called. I
don't know what he's talking about.
He's going mountains.
Mr. Geography over here.
He may know what the state of Franklin was, but
yeah.
Anyways. Heck yeah, man. Appreciate you for coming on,
yeah,
Chris.
bud. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, guys.
All right, man. We'll catch you later.
All right, let me get the screens all back. That's a good dude.
Oh, dude, you people don't realize you're not gonna get the full gist of it. If you talk with Chris in person, man, he's just what I call good people. That's just all there is to it.
Trevor Jenkins, if you're out there, good people.
That's it. That's it, man.
So
he's awesome. I mean, small block Ford Fox body. I mean, how can he not be good people? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So we'll do a quick go over the races.
Yep.
We've been going over them.
Yeah, man.
Give you a reminder.
This is when we started this, we were like 5 weeks out from this 828 race.
And it's here.
And it's here.
It is this weekend.
Upcoming weekend.
And like I said, there's some killers coming. It's got some great lock-ins. Good money on top. There's even more money I know for small tire.
Yep.
And tomorrow night we'll be talking with Paul about that on Live with the Goat.
There you go.
If y'all want to hear more about 828, tune in tomorrow night too here on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll have Paul on tomorrow night talking about that race. So
that's it.
And then next week I'm headed back to Shadyside as we have the Carolina Nitrous Nationals. It's back to radio prep that weekend for us. And then the weekend after that, boom, Carolina Cash Days.
There it is.
The warm-up, baby. $5,000 to win, free entry, small tie. We're pretty much throwing the rule book out the window. It's 28 steel roof and quarters. No wheelie bars. And we have the side bed option. So, like I said, if you feel really confident when you come through Tech Line, you're going to pay $200, and that puts you in the side bet. We're going to put that pot together if everybody that wants in that, and whoever goes the furthest, you got more money. And like we talked about last week, that pot could get huge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was a 10-gram pot.
And there's no effect on the regular race. It's just a choice if you want to do it. No matter what, still $5,000 to win, free entry. This is just a side thing. And I haven't really talked about it a lot, but we also have Street Racer. It's a 630 cap class. It's a $50 entry, 100% payback. And we have Daily Street, which is a 750 cap, and it's $50 entry, 100% payback.
Yep.
And then after that, back to Rockingham.
Yep. I feel like it's been a little quiet on the backside no prep scene. You know,
it's not being as loud. I talked to Eric this weekend while I was down at Shady Side. Me and him were messaging back and forth. Mm-hmm. Talking about that race is going to be really good. And this is kind of a drop for y'all, but he's got some big stuff in plans for July. So we're going to get by the first one.
Is he going to air condition the whole place?
That'd be nice. But I'm going to be working with Eric on some stuff for July. So look for something cool coming out soon about that. But Flashlight Fiesta 3, they've got...
March is always a good race.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
the
a
death
great way to start the
pollen
season
may be
off.
flowing up the track, but we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be it's a great race, that's for sure.
Next is we move to Kentucky. We'll be at Happy's race. Cash Days in Kentucky. This is the OG race day. The spring opener. Like I said, those guys have put a ton of work into that track. The top end has all brand new walls. I mean, there's no excuse now, guys. Don't say it's not safe or any of this. Those guys have made it as safe as can be. So we're looking forward to that one. Small tire, 26s, True Street, hard tire, and the BMF bikes. If you've never seen bikes on No Prep, it is different. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So Birdman's got a good group for that. And, small tire's going to be a show. So that's going to be an awesome race. And if you've never been there, they're an hour behind. So
yes,
I made sure on that flyer, Central Standard Time.
It is slow time for sure.
All right.
That will throw you off.
Week after that, Knoxville.
Knoxville. That's going to be a good one.
Well, Knoxville for you. Piedmont me on Thursday. Knoxville on Friday, Saturday. So I got 3 races in one that weekend.
Yep, that one's going to be a little crazy.
And have they released any of the lock-ins yet?
Yeah.
I haven't. I need to pay attention.
I don't know about the amount.
Okay.
Or the amount of people, but I know the amount of the lock-in.
Okay.
But I don't know if they have had any lock-ins yet or not. I'm not sure.
I think as we get closer to that, I'm going to talk to John about coming on for that week and see if he'd like to come on.
John.
Turbo John.
Oh, absolutely.
Mr. Turbo John.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome. Dude,
I'd like to...
Him and he doesn't even know it, but Devin Vanderhoof definitely helped me with my car yesterday. So
videos.
Yeah, I watched Devin Vanderhoof's videos and.
Did you watch the ads?
I clicked on it and it stayed on it for a while.
There you guys go. He's supporting you.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Oh, dude, I watch all of Turbo John's videos because of that. Turbo John is another one of them. He puts you in the mind of Chris a lot. They're just good people, man. There's not many better people in drag racing than Turbo John, and I feel like I've helped to support their racing program with a couple $100 worth of merch for my boy. He is Turbo John lover for sure. So it's that'll be fun. We'll talk with him and see if he'd like to come on that week. I think that'll be a good chance.
All right, just a question. I seen Kenny posted up asking about what time racing's going to be at Carolina Cash Days. Friday, we start testing at 5. It's 5 to 10. Saturday, gates open at 9. Tech is from 9:30 to 12:30. And then we're racing by 1:30. So that's the Carolina Cash Days schedule.
Nice.
So the week after that, we head back to Wilkesboro. Full tilt no prep. Friday night, we've got Dyno Night at Carolina Performance. RC racing at the track. And then Saturday, small tire, True Street. There's 2 street classes.
Right.
But the big thing is 200% payback.
Right.
And what that means is whatever the total entries is, we'll say ends up, there's 5,000 entries. They're putting 5,000 on top. So it's a $10,000. It's $10,000. So that's pretty awesome. Awesome for Chris and Paul down there. I love seeing them putting back into the scene like that. So it's great. I love they're giving us a place to run the RC cars, especially after this weekend. So I'm going to talk to Paul more about that this weekend and have some information about that.
Yep.
So
it's going to be a good one. And that's on the 15th, right?
14th and 15th. 14th's Friday, all the Friday stuff. 15th's race day.
Got you.
So week after that, you heard us talking about it, Slugfest No Prep. That is at Kentucky Dragway. Some of y'all may know as Clay City. Front side and back side. Their back side is the 8th to the quarter. And they're running all the classes, I think, on the back side on Friday. And then all the classes front side on Saturday, which is awesome. It's 2 races in one. So if you come there, you get to race twice that weekend. And you don't have to leave. You don't have to do nothing. There's some nice hotels about 20 minutes from the hotel because you're not really far from Lexington being at Clay City. But Winchester has all nice hotels, places to eat. So, and the track's 20 minutes from the hotels. So, great track too, man. Great family operates, the Simple family, man. They're awesome to deal with. They plug a lot of money into this stuff. They're giving back to you guys. So, I think they're supposed to have an official flyer out either this week or next week. I'll have to ask Happy about it because the main part of this race is it's Happy versus Ryan Mitchell. Not KC Max, but Ryan Mitchell from like the Katy stuff, the stuff you see in West Virginia, the I-64 stuff. So they're getting groups together too. So it's kind of an East versus West feel, which is going to be pretty awesome, I think. Mixing it up a little bit. So if you've never been to Clay City, this is a great event to get out to. What I love about the 8th to the quarter is it's not completely bare, but it's not really good. So the nitrous guys and the turbo guys, it's not just one has a better advantage than the other. The nitrous guys can leave on some power and get rolling. As you can see, Michael McCoy last year riding the 200-foot power wheelie, and the turbo guys can still chase them down. So it's good racing. Definitely make it out there if you can. And then we finish out April with Ken Hensel's event, Drag or Die, presenting Battle of South Mountain 2. This is up in Pennsylvania. I don't know if Houston's going, but I know I'm going up there to film. I'm going to hang out with the Drag or Die crew. 64 cars locked in small tire, 20 plus in big tire.
That's a bunch.
Yeah. And I think they had to rent lights for it because it's going to go in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way it's not. So I'm going to be up there helping Ken out. Going to be doing filming plus anything else he needs. Ken's always been cool, traveled down south and helped us. So I'm paying back the favor. I'm going to go up there and give him a hand with that event.
Absolutely. That's another one that Cashton loves to support.
Yeah, Cashton. Yeah.
He has about 1,000 stickers from Drag or Die, I think.
But did you buy him the cup?
I didn't get the cup.
So he's getting the cup this year, right?
He's got to get the cup. Got to get the cup.
Ken, make a Drag or Die unicorn for her.
There you go. Do you want a race car unicorn? Yeah.
Well, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's race week.
It is race week.
It's time to kick this season off.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we need to get whoever wins the next week, get a couple of winners on.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I think that'd be a great way.
I'll talk to him.
I know we see that a lot, with some of the podcasts that we see with like Happy and Limpy and some of those they're more attuned to the Midwest. And it doesn't seem like there's really an East Coast type of situation like that. So I think it'd be good. A lot of our guys, I know like TV and different things like that give a lot of credit to some of the Midwest and West guys. And a lot of the East Coast guys seem to get left out, which is crazy because I personally believe East Coast is faster than Midwest or the West.
Yeah.
So that is just my personal opinion.
You hear that, Midwest guy?
I am just saying, when you have Team Denver and Jake Boswell and Turbo John, and are we going to, like, Chicken Hawk is, I'm going to call him East Coast, and he's South. We can call all these guys South. You've got your West Virginia airport guys that are up in that area. You got a lot of fast people, and that's not counting, New York and some of those, I'm just saying, East Coast there's just so many. And I just think that there's a lot more I would
love to see kind of a meet in the middle type thing.
Hey.
Is she on the podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
She's showing her unicorn to
I
everybody.
thought you were happy, man.
Dude, I'm about to
man.
go.
They're on the podcast.
Go on to mommy.
I will ditch this podcast for a Happy Meal right now.
All right.
But
Yeah.
dude, it's race week. Season
Yes.
is here. It's time to be slammed and busy, which
Yep.
means I'm going to be editing like a madman.
Pray to the weather gods that the weather holds. I mean, the only thing that sucks about racing in March and April is the weather can be an absolute pain.
Have you seen it for this weekend?
Nope.
So
I just
Friday,
know I'm just so tired of it getting cold on the weekends.
Friday, I think they're calling for storms. But on race day Saturday, 60-some degrees and
Perfect.
sunny all day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It'll be a little cooler there at Wilkesboro. The air there is a little cool, but it
Take
is
him a fresh
great.
track wash. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That'll be a great
No prepping.
surface for sure. Everything will be cleaned off. If there is any pollen, that should help that.
Look, Kenny, no, he will not be here.
Nope, I
You're
will
just
not
stuck
be
with
in
me this
Wilkesboro.
weekend.
Nope. I do have a video that should be dropping tomorrow. We got the car updated and the trailer. I would say we're 50% there on getting it repaired. Probably like 25%. Got some of the exoskeleton.
Be ready for shade side.
That's what we're gonna try to be. I mean, we got the exoskeleton fixed. I've got to fix the suspension, and then we're gonna hang some sheet metal and some plywood, and then we'll be ready to go when it comes to the trailer, which is sort of like the biggest thing that's holding us back. But I gotta do a little thing on the car that reared its head yesterday. Nothing crazy. It's just coil issues, but it's like just where the
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't tell him the whole video. Let him watch it.
Well, no, this is different. I didn't even address this. What started, and it didn't want to. That whole passenger side. It's something to do with the coils. So something like that.
Yeah. So it's about that time, guys.
Yep.
Appreciate everybody watching. If you want to watch more, tomorrow night I'll be solo on Live with the Media Goat. So we'll have Paul from Wilkesboro and the Meatball guys have some smack to talk.
Nice.
So, God, you're going to make fun of me the whole time. I'm going to be on there like, I don't know what to do with my hands. You're going to text me and be like, LOL.
Wednesday night. I probably will be.
Oh, you'll be in church.
I will be at church.
Yeah. So you get to watch the replay.
Yep.
But guys, appreciate y'all tuning in Turbo Tuesday. I'll talk with the winners of the event.
Yep.
See if we can get
See
them
what we can
secured
do.
for next weekend.
Absolutely.
Even if it's for 5 minutes to tell them good job.
That's it.
Hey, and we appreciate everybody, man.
Yes, absolutely. I enjoy talking with people, talking with guys that are from our area, and guys who don't always get the recognition they deserve.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Cook, 19 out of 24 races,
I don't think there's many racers who can say they've
That's
won
crazy.
that much in a season.
and I will tell you, and I've said it. Like, you don't get much better than Chris Cook and the guys that he hangs with. They're just all good people, good racers, and that's people need to get on there. Backwoods Garage, they do have a YouTube channel. He said that they hadn't posted. We'll get on him about that, and just go out there, support. I think they do have some shirts and some merch and different things like that, and help them get out there and continue winning.
It just hit me.
Yep.
I wonder who's won more races at Twin River. You or Chris?
Probably Chris.
I mean, he's probably got a few, but I
he's
think y'all need to
probably-
race for it.
'Cause I think
the king at Twin River.
Oh, I mean, I'm down. I'm fine. That'd be fun.
We should have brought that on while he was on. That'd been some good
Yeah,
smack
absolutely,
talk.
man. He's awesome, man. Chris, go give Chris Cook a follow, and follow Backwoods
Yes.
Garage on YouTube.
Yes, awesome guys, man. You want me to bear bunch.
Absolutely.
But
That's it.
all right.
Fort Pitt.
Yes, it's Taco Tuesday, guys. I'm going to get tacos.
I'm gonna get fajitas.
You suck. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.